Hey look man, I don't care how you get it done, just get it done. If that's not installed by tonight, it's gonna be a hot summer for everyone. Alright? Make it happen. Hey look, I gotta go. We're about to start a video. But remember what I said. I don't want to have to break anybody's thumbs. Later. Sometimes life gets a little tricky. Like ornate moldings. They can be a little bit difficult to cut. And you gotta make them work. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to cut ornate crown moldings. Today I'm going to talk to you about ornate moldings. These are moldings that aren't just run-of-the-mill. When I say ornate, I mean it has like a dental mold or an egg and dart or rope, things like that. This chair rail here, and it's got this kind of like diamond and circle pattern. So you obviously can't just cut this anywhere. The pattern has to match up. If you're going to do an outside 90-degree corner, each one of those 45s has to be split perfectly on that pattern. I think this is called like federal or something. I don't know, maybe you'd see this in the White House or something, I don't know. So now with this one, what I'll try to do with this one is I'll try to split that circle right in half. And I'll try to do that both ways. So check this out. I'm going to swing to my right hand first and just try to split that big circle. So I got this circle cut right in half. Now what I'll do is I'll just go the other way, same exact thing. I'm going to try to split that big circle right in half. And really, like when you're making your second cut, like I would call this my second cut. That piece is done. Let's say we already installed that where it needs to go. This is the second cut is where you want to work your way up to what you already know. Like let's say we already installed that piece. Now I need to ease my way up to make that fit. So you don't want to get too short with it because it's real easy to waste material with this stuff. So I'm going to just probably be really big right here, but that's okay. All right, let's see. It's actually pretty good. I could probably use a little bit more. Maybe like half a blade again. And then I'll have that outside corner looking like it matches up. I'm just going to finesse my way up to that, where I need to be. Yep, I'm going to call that good right there. That looks really good. It just split the circle right in the middle. And it looks really cool. It looks like that circle was like really 3D at this point. Like I said, I'm going to glue these up, these examples, and I'll show you a close-up at the end. And then I got this crown molding, and this crown molding is an egg and dart with a little corbel effect on it. All right, so for the crown molding, same exact thing, just different method of cutting because I'm going to be using these crown stops to support it. But this crown is really ornate. There's a lot of detail to match up, but same method, you just want to ease your way into it. We'll do an outside 45 this way, and I will just, there's this big kind of rectangle panel in the middle here. I'm just going to try to cross that in half. And the DeWalt is cool because it casts a shadow where it's going to cut, which is really good for this stuff. So if you got a miter saw that casts a shadow, it's going to really help you with if you want to do ornate molding, because it'll let you see the cut before you actually waste that material. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to just ease it over a little bit more. I think I'll make this cut. So you can see, and it'll actually be like this, but I've got that square detail. It was this one. I just cut it in half. Now I'm going to flip the 45 the other way and do the same thing. With so many things to line up on this one, I'd be surprised if I got it first try, but let's see. Yeah, it's gonna need, I'm pretty off on that. I'm gonna have to cut quite a bit more just to get all the little details to line up. But that's what this stuff is, real tedious like that. And then I think I need to take like maybe just half a blade off. It's with this stuff, you never want to just take too much off though, because then it's like everything you just micro adjusted was kind of in vain, because you'll have to redo it. That looks like it to me. Let's check this out. Yeah, you see that? See how every detail is lined up. If you look at, and I'll go ahead and, I'm gonna glue this so I don't have to hold it. And that's your outside 45 for an ornate molding. So if you want to come get a close-up on this, I'll show you how everything matches up. If you see the consistency of it, it's this pattern. It wraps around flawlessly. Then the corbels, obviously, they're spaced out in a good spacing to make this line up. And then if you look up in here, this little panel, it's like this little square panel that got split in half, and it made a turn up in that point. And then this little pattern right here just made the same turn. I would say the number one thing when you're working with these is ease your way up, because you'll end up wasting a lot of material. And this stuff is a lot more expensive than your typical moldings that are like run-of-the-mill moldings. So this one, you see it has this like round ball in the middle. When it came out here, that ball just got projected and you could see like the full ball now. And it turned the corner and the ball became complete on this side. You get effects that you wouldn't normally get with just your typical, you know, everyday casings and chair rails. And I personally like these more than your typical stuff. I like ornate stuff. So even though these moldings, you got to spend some time and it's a little tedious to get all this stuff to match up, the end result of this stuff is really cool. I mean, you see how cool this stuff projects out and gets real 3D and stuff. So I would just say the number one thing is just take your time and ease up to that cut That's all you got to do. Doesn't matter. And one thing I always thought of is like, what if you had a square room? Would they line up at the end? And if you did it right, they should. Like if you were let's say you were wrapping around a pillar or something, you were going to wrap this molding around a 12 by 12 pillar, 12 inch. So if, 12 inches all the way around. By the time you get back to that first piece that you cut off, if you did it right, you should be perfect, because this stuff is all a pattern. The pattern never changes. If you didn't get it match up at the end, it's an operator error. You need to go back and fix something. But yeah, I love these moldings. These are really cool. A lot of more style than just your typical everyday thing. But anyways, hope you guys learned something from this video, and I will see you next time. Take care.